It appears that Rob Kardashian might not be as involved in fatherhood as many were led to believe. His ex, Blac Chyna, now going by her birth name Angela White, has come forward with claims that Rob does not actively take custody of their daughter, Dream. Instead, she alleges that much of the parenting responsibility has been shifted to his sister, Khloé Kardashian. Chyna and Khloé have had a complicated relationship over the years, and tensions between them seem far from resolved. Now Chyna is accusing Khloé and their mother, Kris Jenner, of attempting to exploit Dream. This raises the question, why would Rob allow his family to take such control over his daughter's life? What is the Kardashian family's ultimate goal in all of this? Some may believe that Chyna's statements stem from her long-standing conflicts with the Kardashians. However, past allegations have also suggested a pattern of control within the family. Kanye West, for instance, once criticized Kris Jenner, accusing her of exerting excessive influence over her daughter's careers. He also voiced concerns about his own children, stating that he did not want them to follow the same path. These claims add another layer to the ongoing debate about how the Kardashian-Jenner family manages both their personal lives and their public image. Kanye West has been vocal about his concerns regarding Kris Jenner's influence over her family, particularly when it comes to his daughters. He previously vowed that he would not allow Kris to control their futures in the way he believes she has with her own daughters. Referring to past situations, he warned, "Don't let Kris make you do Playboy like she made Kylie and Kim do." He also expressed frustration over the entertainment industry, claiming that Hollywood has negatively impacted his family and that social media platforms like Instagram only encourage this culture. Furthermore, Kanye alleged that the Kardashians had already begun trying to manipulate him and control the narrative surrounding his daughters. He dismissed claims that he was spiraling when voicing his concerns, insisting that he was simply speaking the truth. He argued that he was facing high-level control and discrimination, stating, "I know girls who sell their bodies that don't agree with how my daughters are being displayed." While Kanye's behavior has often sparked controversy, particularly regarding his personal life and marriage to Bianca Censori, one thing that remains clear is his dedication to his children. He has consistently expressed his desire to protect them from being exploited, particularly when it comes to social media. One of his biggest concerns has been Kim allowing their daughter, North, to use TikTok unsupervised. Amid his frustrations, he even remarked, "Since this is my first divorce, I need to know what." Kanye West has been outspoken about his concerns regarding his daughter North's use of TikTok, stating that she was on the platform against his wishes. However, Kim Kardashian defended her decision, arguing that Kanye's public attacks were more damaging than any TikTok video their daughter might create. In response, Kim stated, "Kanye's constant attacks on me in interviews and on social media are actually more hurtful than any TikTok North might create. As the parent who is the main provider and caregiver for our children, I'm doing my best to protect our daughter while also allowing her to express her creativity in a way that makes her happy, under adult supervision." She acknowledged the difficulties of divorce, emphasizing that Kanye's public attempts to control the situation were causing unnecessary distress. Divorce is hard enough on our children, and Kanye's obsession with trying to control and manipulate our situation so negatively and publicly is only causing further pain for everyone involved, she continued. Kim also urged Kanye to handle matters privately, hoping he would finally communicate through the legal channels available. "I hope he can finally respond to the third attorney he has had in the last year so we can resolve any issues amicably." With these ongoing tensions between Kim and Kanye, Blac Chyna's claims about the Kardashians' family dynamics aren't entirely surprising. For quite some time, fans have raised questions about Khloé Kardashian's role in Dream's life, leading to speculation about how involved Rob truly is in parenting. Khloé Kardashian's close attachment to Dream has raised eyebrows for quite some time, with many feeling that she may have crossed certain boundaries. While it's natural for an aunt to be involved in a child's life, Khloé often appeared to take on a parental role rather than just being a supportive family member. This wasn't the first time she and Tristan Thompson seemed to act as though Dream was their own child. In fact, Khloé had openly referred to herself as Dream's third parent, and it became increasingly common to see Dream spending more time at Khloé's house than with Rob, despite him having primary custody. Through all of this, Blac Chyna remained composed and never publicly expressed concern over the situation. When the internet criticized Khloé's third parent comment, Chyna surprisingly came to her defense, dismissing the backlash and showing support. In an interview, Chyna acknowledged the value of a strong support system, saying, "I did really like seeing you and Khloé agreeing that it takes a village to raise a child." She also addressed the controversy surrounding Khloé's statement, clarifying, "I know she got some backlash because people thought she was saying, 'Oh, I'm Dream's mother' or whatnot, but I do know how important it is for Dream to have a great maternal influence." Blac Chyna has consistently emphasized the importance of Dream having strong maternal influences, whether from herself, Khloé, or other family members. She previously defended Khloé's third parent comment, explaining that she believed Khloé was simply acknowledging that raising a child involves a collective effort. "I think she was trying to clarify that it's all of us raising her," Chyna stated in an interview. She also noted the close bond between Rob and Khloé, which naturally extended to their children, saying, "Rob and Khloé are so close, so of course Dream and True are going to have that same connection. That's like Khloé's baby and Rob is like, exactly, you know what I mean?" As I mentioned earlier, Chyna has handled this situation with grace over the years, focusing on her own personal growth and transformation. However, recent events suggest that the Kardashians may be pushing their boundaries when it comes to Dream. Their actions appear to be creating distance between Dream and Chyna, making it increasingly evident that the family dynamic is shifting. The tipping point came just a few days ago when Tristan Thompson, Khloé's ex, took things a step further. Instead of keeping things subtle, he made a direct statement, openly referring to Dream as his own, leaving no room for interpretation. Tristan Thompson took things a step further by making a bold and unexpected claim, asserting that Dream was, in fact, his daughter. The directness of this statement left little room for misunderstanding, making it clear that this wasn't just a casual remark. His words signaled a deeper shift in the family dynamic, raising even more questions about the role the Kardashians are playing in Dream's life and the extent to which they may be distancing her from Blac Chyna.
Dreamy, I have two daughters, and their names are Dream is my oldest daughter, and True is the second oldest. Those are my two girls, and I miss you guys so much. I love you guys.
Yeah. Blac Chyna wasted no time in responding to Tristan Thompson's claim, making it clear that Dream is her and Rob's child, no one else's. She firmly addressed the situation, stating, "Dream has one mother, Chyna White, and one father, Rob Kardashian. I usually don't speak up, but I'm done. Stop all this clout chasing involving my daughter. As parents, we have joint custody and a beautiful, healthy co-parenting relationship." However, many found it ironic that Tristan, of all people, was trying to claim Dream as his own, given his history with his own children. His past actions made his statement even more questionable, especially considering the situation with Marilee Nichols, the mother of the child he initially denied. Tristan Thompson's attempt to step into a father figure role for Dream seemed especially ironic given his own history with his children. He infamously conceived a child with Marilee Nichols while cheating on Khloé Kardashian, yet spent months denying paternity and acting as if the child didn't exist. It wasn't until a court-ordered DNA test forced his hand that he was finally confronted with reality. Even after the truth was revealed, his involvement as a father remained minimal. Despite his financial obligations, Tristan showed little interest in forming a real bond with his son. Yet now, out of nowhere, he appears eager to claim a parental role in Rob Kardashian's daughter's life. The same man who avoided responsibility for his own child during the first year of his life is suddenly positioning himself as a father figure to Dream. It just doesn't add up. This pattern isn't new either. His relationship with his first son, Prince, whom he shares with Jordan Craig, tells a similar story. Even before he entered the Kardashian circle, reports had already labeled him as an absentee father, neglecting his duties long before he got caught up in the Kardashian family drama. And now, he's so entangled in their world that he's allegedly roped into even more controversy. The alleged plan to exploit Dream seemed to stem from the fact that she was the only grandchild in the family to carry the Kardashian name. Reports suggested that Kris Jenner saw Dream as a major financial asset, a way to keep the Kardashian brand thriving, regardless of Rob's involvement. If this were true, it meant that Khloé's overly involved role wasn't just about being a loving aunt. Rather, it indicated a broader effort by the Kardashian empire to maintain control over Dream and keep her under their influence, no matter what Rob wanted. Ever since Blac Chyna lost her defamation lawsuit against Kris, Kim, Khloé, and Kylie in 2022, the Kardashian-Jenner women have seemingly made it their mission to portray Chyna as an irresponsible mother. It almost felt like a calculated attempt to reshape public perception of her parenting, with frequent jabs at her character and subtle, or not so subtle, criticisms whenever the opportunity arose. Khloé, in particular, has always been unusually involved in Rob's romantic relationships, especially when it came to his turbulent history with Chyna. Her deep entanglement in his personal life raises questions about how much influence she truly has over Rob's decisions, particularly concerning Dream Khloé Kardashian took things to a whole new level when she publicly suggested that Dream spent more time at her house than with Blac Chyna, implying that Chyna wasn't around enough for her daughter. But this wasn't just a passing comment. It was a calculated move. Khloé's statement was clearly designed to paint Chyna as an absentee mother while positioning herself as the dedicated, responsible parental figure in Dream's life. It was yet another example of the Kardashian-Jenner clan using their massive influence to control the public's perception, bending the narrative to suit their agenda. By subtly, or not so subtly, casting doubt on Chyna's role as a mother, they reinforced the idea that Dream was better off in their hands. But here's the part Khloé conveniently ignored. Chyna never made the decision for Dream to spend so much time at Khloé's house. The custody arrangement between Chyna and Rob was meant to be 50-50. Chyna later clarified to TMZ that if Dream was spending more time at Khloé's, it wasn't because she was absent, it was because the Kardashians were controlling the situation. If Dream was staying at Khloé's house more often, it wasn't because Blac Chyna was absent. It was because Rob was the one constantly dropping her off, not Chyna. Yet, the Kardashians, with their power over the media, seem to be manipulating the custody story to fit their narrative. After all, Kris Jenner has a well-documented, long-standing relationship with Harvey Levin, the founder of TMZ, so it was no surprise that TMZ played a role in spinning the story. They pushed the idea that Chyna had limited custody while subtly positioning Khloé as Dream's real maternal figure. This was a clear attempt to undermine Chyna's reputation as a mother, framing her as uninvolved while elevating Khloé to an idealized, more responsible status. But Chyna wasn't about to let that narrative slide. She immediately shut down the false claims, setting the record straight. She and Rob had equal custody of Dream. It wasn't her decision for Dream to be at Khloé's house so often. It was Rob who kept bringing her there. The Kardashians were trying to create a false story, but the reality simply didn't match their claims. Chyna made it crystal clear that she wasn't going to let anyone twist the truth.
And I may be wrong here, but my recollection is that you had Dream about 30% of the time. Is that something you're moving to change? And are you communicating with Rob and I guess the rest of the family? Because I know Khloé played a part in raising Dream as well. Has this made inroads for you in that department?
We share 50-50 custody. That's number one. Also, too, I cannot control if Khloé is watching Dream at Rob's house. That's when he has his daughter.
Chyna out of the decision-making entirely. The court documents revealed that Rob had given the Kardashians full permission to trademark Dream's name for 5 different product categories, including skincare, clothing, toys, and even advertising. This wasn't just a routine business move. It was a bold and arguably shady attempt to profit off Dream's name without ever consulting her own mother. It sent a clear message. The Kardashian-Jenner family saw Dream as a brand asset, not just a child. Chyna, rightfully furious, wasn't going to let this slide. The Kardashians had already been trying to control the public perception of Dream's custody arrangement. Now they were outright trying to own her name. Christmas ad campaign, further cementing the idea that they were trying to push Dream into the spotlight without Chyna's consent. It wasn't just about family photos or sweet moments. It was a calculated move to make Dream part of the Kardashian-Jenner empire. And with Kris running Rob's Instagram, it was starting to look like she was strategically shaping Dream's image for future branding opportunities. Chyna had already blocked the trademarks, but Kris wasn't giving up. And that's when things started getting even more questionable. Can't ignore the pattern here. This isn't just a one-time oversight or mistake. It's a deliberate effort to take control over Dream's image, brand, and future without Chyna's involvement. From claiming parental roles they weren't given, to trademarking Dream's name, to booking ad campaigns without Chyna's consent, the Kardashians seemed determined to shape Dream's public identity on their terms.
However you would use traditional dairy butter, it's the same way you would use country crock peanut butter. And you use it 1 for 1. And I feel so excited because I'm trying to...
Selling butter. It's almost as if the Kardashians are grooming Dream and True for the spotlight before they're even old enough to understand what's happening. It's looking less like a family affair and more like a strategic business move. One where the Kardashians hold all the power while Chyna fights just to have a say. She didn't hold back. Chyna called out the Kardashians for treating Dream like a brand instead of a child, emphasizing that she's Dream's mother first and foremost. Not Kris, not Khloé, and definitely not Tristan. It's becoming more obvious that this isn't just about family bonding, it's about control and profit. Online. Like, if it were up to me, I wouldn't at all, Chyna explained. She made it clear that her priority is their well-being, not using them for social media engagement or business deals. Her stance is a stark contrast to the Kardashians, who frequently showcase their children's lives online. It raises an important question. Should kids be used as part of a brand, even if they're born into fame? While Chyna wants to give Dream a normal childhood, the Kardashians seem to be positioning her as part of their brand, much like they have with their own kids. The question is, should a child's image be controlled by a famous family, or should they be allowed to choose their own path? Chyna's approach highlights the importance of parental control over a child's public presence, especially when fame and money are involved, has always been known as the more private and low-key Kardashian, which makes his absence in Dream's life even more concerning. If he truly wanted to be the primary parent, why does Dream seem to spend more time with Khloé and Kris? Some speculate that Rob struggles with personal issues, including mental health and self-esteem, which might make it hard for him to fully step into his role as a hands-on father. Instead, he seems to let his family take over, allowing them to shape Dream's upbringing and public image. If those rumors are true, it would explain a lot about why Rob has taken a backseat in parenting Dream. His health struggles, possible addiction issues, and overall withdrawal from the public eye could mean he's not in a position to be a fully present father. But the bigger issue is how his family seems to have taken control over Dream's life in his absence, almost treating her as a brand instead of a child. Instead of helping Rob step up, Kris and Khloé have stepped in, but not necessarily for the right reasons. And if Rob really did say Blac Chyna ruined my life after waking up from an alleged overdose,